Shalom Yasharala. We're going to start out by doing economics to our Heavenly Father and our great King. Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Yahweh Kakadash. We'll give the honors to our teachers and elder bishops, great millstone, and the elder apostles and elder bishops. Salakia, great millstone, and salutation to our fellow ladies in the Mashiach and Yahweh Shai, Christians of truth, across the 4 winds in this fine hour. Shalom, one of you brothers. Shalom. All right, this topic, man, we're going to go into the calamities or atrocities that's going to befall humanity in these end times. All right, kingdom of heaven is going to be ushered in with great depth. Give me 2nd Ezra 11 and 39. All right, our Heavenly Father is going to use his sword, the so-called white man. All right, the devil the Bible speaks of to bring forth death like the earth has never seen since the earth been in rotation and since the Lord has created man on the planet Earth. The death toll is going to go into the billions. All right, so we're bringing out the precept to show why the day is still the day. You call out to Yahweh by Shem Shai to comfort you and protect you, so you don't be, so you can be exempt from that that cataclysmic death toll that's going to befall humanity in this final hour. Bring it up. It's the 2nd. Oh, hold up. Hook up the charger. You remember I said you need a charger? Oh, yeah. It's a lot first. Yeah.
It's about you, man. Just 1 second.
Did you catch? You see the box? You see the lightning hold on?
I don't know how to work
How you check it in there? See if it's fire. Lightning.
It's on? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So let's go. Let's see how the last days are going to be ushered in. All right, through precepts, through the Lord's word. All right, the Lord said He reveals His secrets to His servants, the prophets. So the men of the Lord, the servants of Yahweh Shema Shai, can tell you what's going to happen before it happens through the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, because He poured His Spirit upon His servants. All right, and that's what gives us an advantage of all of humanity. All right, bring it out.
This is 2nd Ezra 11 and 39. Art not thou it that remaineth of the 4 beasts?
All right, the 4 beasts is talking about the Roman Empire. All right, America and its European Union nations. All right, they're that Roman Empire revived back again. All right, America spearheads the EU. Okay, and they're the nation. They're Rome revives, and they're going to bring in all sorts of great death and wars, the war of wars in this final hour. And you see it with them over there in Ukraine. That's the genesis of it. That's the beginning of it, the birth pains of them starting World War III, which is going to bring forth great death. Bring it out.
Whom I made to reign in my world.
All right, so the Lord, what did our great King tell Pontius Pilate? You can't do nothing to me unless my Father in heaven has authorized it. Okay? So the so-called white man is non-melanated, weak, orangutan devil. The only reason he's ruling in the kingdom of men is because our Lord, in his plan, all right, according to prophecy, has orchestrated. Okay, bring it out.
Like you said, that the end of their times might come through them.
All right,
question mark.
All right, so the end of time is going to come through the so-called white man's rulership on the planet Earth. Okay, and his rulership is going to end with the war of wars. Give me Matthew 24 and 32. Okay. No, Matthew 24 and 21.
24, 21?
Come.
This is Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation.
It's talking about World War III. All of these tribulations are going to be coming during World War III. All right, bring it out.
Such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time.
All right, something's going to happen in the planet Earth that is going to be so great and so magnificent that you can't even find it in the archives of history. All right, you can find some atrocities and calamities throughout history. All right, but we're going to see something that's going to bring in a death toll of millions. Bring it out.
No, nor ever shall be.
All right, it's going to be so bad. The Lord is telling us in the kingdom of heaven, nothing like this is going to happen again. Bring it out.
And except those days should be shortened.
All right, the Lord is going to shorten the days for one reason. All right, for his elect's sake, for his servant's sake. Because if he don't shorten the days, what will happen?
There should be no flesh saved.
All right, so we talking about billions of people getting put to death. Billions. What is according to Esau's numbers, what he said, we got 7-point-some billion people on the planet Earth. All right, and our Lord say, for his servant's sake, he shortened the days so
8 billion.
all humanity and creation don't get destroyed. All life. All right? So the end of time is about to be ushered in with pandemonium, blood, guts, and octane.
Chaos.
It's going to be chaotic. All right? And we want to be comforted. All right? He really secrets to his servants, the prophets, and he gives us the antidote, and what it takes to be exempt from this judgment that he's going to bring on the four corners of the earth, north, south, east, and west. To bag that up, get Jeremiah 25-33.
This is Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah 25 and verse 33. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth.
All right, so you can run, but you can't hide. All right, judgment is going to go forth all over the earth. All right, because you got Israelites scattered where? All over the earth. So he's going to judge the house of Israel first. So you can't, like what GOCC used to teach, flee Babylon, that flee doctrine. Man, you're going to run from a lion and run into a bear. You're going to escape that bear and get bit by a cobra. No, you can't run and you can't hide. Okay? The only thing you can do is serve the Lord and beg him for mercy. That's it. Keep reading.
They shall not be lamented, neither gathered, nor buried.
All right, so there's going to be so much death. People not even going to, they'll show you the grid is going to follow. People not going to mourn for the dead. They're not going to cry for the dead. And there will not be any funerals. Tomato. All right? For that to happen, that means society has collapsed. Because every inch of the earth, even in third world countries, they bury their dead. Right? You can go to a third world country, Somalia, or somewhere like that. If their loved ones die, they take their loved ones, dig a hole, they put their loved ones in the ground, and they mourn for them. All right? Third world countries. In second world countries, first world countries, you call a funeral parlor, and get the body, embalm the bodies, put makeup on them, dress them up if they want to make the bodies look good, and you go through the funeral procession, all right, for your family. The time is going to come where that's not going to happen. The bodies are just going to lay on the ground like dung. No one's going to lament for those bodies. Let's prove it. Get Jeremiah 17:4. Let's prove it. These are the times we're living in. We're living in horrific times. That's why the book of Ephesians say, be circumspect. Ephesians the 5th chapter, be circumspect for the days of evil. What does evil bring forth? Death. When evil things go on, when you go to a game, them niggas is just doing drugs, beating each other in the game, doing all type of mischief on earth. What happens in games? All they do is get killed and die. You get men committing adultery. What ultimately ends up happening? Pimps, hoes, all type of adultery. What happens? They end up dying. Anywhere evil is, death follows. The wages of sin is death. You have something to say?
I got a precept.
No, that's what I wanted. Jeremiah 16 and 4. Yeah.
Oh, you said 17.
Yeah, 16.
I'm at 16. That's what I was at, brother. I ain't lying.
That's what I wanted.
Jeremiah 16 and 4. They shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth.
Yeah, you should have known that's what I wanted. So when he said they shall be dung on the face of the earth, that means their bodies will not get buried. Bodies are going to decompose. All right? The fowls of the air are going to eat those bodies. Okay? Right. When the elephant shits, will anybody come clean up their shit? No. Their shit just disintegrates into the earth. That's what's going to happen to bodies. They're going to decompose. The fowls of the air are going to eat them. The scavengers are going to eat them. The maggots are going to consume them. But what happens when you leave bodies decomposing on the earth? That stench of death, all right? All of those poisonous gases, they get in the airways. And guess what they do? They breathe more sickness and death. The reason we bury bodies and put them under the ground is because when you leave them on top of the ground, when they die, death begets death. Scientifically, all right, is unhealthy. All right? So that's going to bring forth more great death. The simple fact, people are not burying the bodies. Okay? So the Lord said to his prophets, look, if you do what I say, you can be exempt from this judgment. Get Isaiah 65 and 13. You can bring out your precepts, you got it too.
Yeah, you let you roll. Let me get it later. 65 and 13. I'm bringing out our precepts all around. This is Isaiah 65 and 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power. Behold, my servant shall eat.
All right, during these times when you say my servant shall eat, that's metaphorically saying, all right, keep reading.
But ye shall be hungry.
All right, that's saying during this wicked, horrific time, all right, the Lord is going to take care of his servants. All right, but everybody else is going to be in bad case. Keep reading.
Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty.
Keep reading.
Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
We're going to be rejoicing in the middle of the storm, like our great king said, oh, you a little faith. He told the waves, peace be still. But everybody else was doing what? Panicking. When everybody's in a panic, when everybody is, the Most High, like the Elder Yakanan said last night, the Lord is going to bring everybody to their breaking point. When you're about to your breaking point, guess what humans do? They become irrational, uncivilized. They're going to do things that they've never thought they would do. Women are going to eat their children, kill their children. All right? Men are going to do things for a bottle of water that they never thought they would do. Okay? So that's going to be the spirit that's going on with the world. And the Lord, is going to tell, he told his servants, you're going to be okay. Now get that word servant in the Hebrew and say what you got to say.
I got you, brother.
All right, so you have to know what a servant is so you can be comforted during the time of great death, blood, guts, and octane, pandemonium, civil unrest. All right, the worst time known in human history to man is the times we're living in right now. The time of World War III, the third war. All right, the second war has passed, the third war coming quickly. The third war is World War III.
I got you, brother.
Bring it out.
And that word servant, it goes into H. 5650. Abad. And I'm going to get the one that you want. I ain't got to read the rest of it. Servants, worshipers of Yahweh. Servant, in special sense as prophets, Levites, etc. Servant of Israel. And I'm going to go to the Strong's definition.
Keep reading.
Ibed. A servant. Bondage. Bondman. Servant. Manservant.
And what did Paul say? He was a bondman for Yahushua. All right? So he's talking about men that teach the word. And we're going to show what a servant of Yahushua is. Give me 1 Corinthians 9 and 16. This is what a servant of Yahweh Shema Shai is doing. Okay? So you can know what a servant is. So you can know the type of man that's going to be delivered when all hell breaks loose. Where the pestilence is not going to touch you. Where the diabolical diseases is not going to touch you. Where during the famine they're going to eat. During the time of the sword, when men are getting slayed left and right, the Lord is going to have a hedge of protection around them where it don't come now their dwelling. Bring it up.
This is 1 Corinthians 9:16. For though I preach the gospel.
Those are his servants, the men that's preaching the gospel. And the men that are connected to the men preaching the gospel, helping them to forward the ministry. Bring it out.
I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Yeah, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel.
So woe unto every
exclamation point.
Woe, it got an exclamation point
yes,
on there? So he's animated. Woe unto the people that's not connected to the ministry, being a light to the Gentiles. But the ones that are pushing the gospel, those are the servants, the bondmen of Yahweh Shai. All right? We're in chains, and we're in the chains of Yahweh Shai. And what did he do? He tell us to do? Go be a light to the Gentiles. All right? He told us to be found faithful unto death. What do we got to be found faithful doing? No matter how much persecution comes against us, no matter how much bad mistakes we get, we're supposed to push this word. Those are the men when the grid falls, the lights go out, the infrastructure falls. All right? Business and commerce as you know it is going to be done away with. All right? And all hell is going to break loose. Mild-mannered men are going to turn into brute beasts. During those times, those servants that did his will are the ones that the Lord is going to comfort. Luke 12:47. The men that are preparing themselves. All right, they're in the house of mourning right now. 2/3 of our people, it's the weekend. What are they doing? They're in the house of mirth. They're turning up.
No evil shall come against us.
Yeah, that's how they think. Come on. They think the Lord's dealing with them, and they think they could just go out day after day.
Too blessed to be stressed.
Yeah, living it up according to this devil society, but not serving the Lord and not getting up under this doctrine of life. All right, those of our people they're gonna die. I was talking to a young brother tonight, and he was like, he told me he saw a video of a pregnant woman getting run over by a car. I told him how much more, it was extreme to him. He was like, damn, you can see it. I said, how about that happening to the people you know every day? I say, you don't know that woman that got ran over by that car, that pregnant woman that got ran over by that car. But what if that's your mama, your sister, your grandmother, your auntie, the lady you work with? That's the times we're living in. Everybody we know are going to end up getting put down. You looking at that like it's extreme. No, it's going to come. That death that we're talking about is going to be all around us.
Can I say something?
Bring it out, brother.
You remember that movie that we used to watch in 2004, The Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah.
And it had the little security guards. He's like, man, I had a date with Blase. And it's like, let me tell you something, man. The chick that you met at Dairy Queen, she's dead. Yeah. Your mother, she's dead. Yeah. Your father, they're dead.
Everybody you
know is dead. These are the times that we're coming up on. All right? And the only reason that the men of the Lord is not dead is because the Lord cannot lie. We're going to have martyrs, but those are going to be far and few between. But for the most part, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to preserve the servant's life to show the servants and on the flip side of that coin, the non-believers who he's dealing with, man. All right? And when you go to what's that? Psalms, the 58th chapter, down toward the bottom, it clearly states, all right? The righteous shall wash their feet in the blood of the wicked. Is that literal? No. But that goes into that the righteous, which goes into the men of the Lord, are going to be walking and treading upon dead bodies. And that's not also literal either. It just goes back to when you're going on your way and when you're going to where you need to go to get to where you need to get, you're going to be seeing dead bodies on the side. You're going to be walking past dead bodies. The elder just brought out that they're not going to be buried. So if they're not going to be buried, you're clearly going to have to come in physical contact with them. Now, what the men of the Lord are going to have to do is get their nose, acclimated and their stomach acclimated to smelling dead bodies, man.
The stench of death with us eating all these GMO products and shit, a dead human is far worse than a dead elephant, a dead horse, a dead dog. The human's body decomposed is far worse than animals. Because they out in the wild and they eat natural things, you know what I'm saying? Even, you know,
our foods have preservatives, the things that nature don't.
Yeah, poison. Okay? What I told you to get last, get Luke 12 and 47.
Gosh, this is Luke 12 and 47. And that servant,
which it's about the servants. All right? Our great king, the gospel is the good news. He came to show us the path to righteousness, the path to the kingdom of heaven. All right? He came to the planet Earth to show us the way. Okay? He told Peter, I give you the keys to heaven. What you bound in heaven is going to be bound in earth. Okay? What you loose in heaven is going to be loosed in earth. So we have the keys and the map, what it takes to get to the kingdom of heaven. So when he gives it to you, he wants you to do what? Can you read?
And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself.
He wants you to be preparing yourself. Okay? He's gave us the keys to the kingdom. He's given us the game. When you have the game, there's no excuse. Get that word prepare in the Greek. This is how you get outside of that great depth. Now I'm gonna say this. According to prophecy, you're gonna have prophets that are gonna lift their head. All right? You're gonna have prophets that go to concentration camps and get beheaded. You can't get around that. All right? If you go to the book of Revelation, you go to Matthew the 23rd chapter, it lets you know that there's going to be brothers that get beheaded for the testimony. Prepare.
Yes.
You're going to have brothers that's going to get beheaded for the testimony of Hamashiach Yahweh. Honorable deaths. Beautiful deaths. Okay? That Revelation the 2nd chapter, the Lord told his servants to do what? To be found faithful unto death, and you can get a crown of life. So it's certain brothers' lots that will taste death. All right? That comes with the territory. All right? But for the brothers that don't, the brothers that is not going to give up the ultimate sacrifice. All right? This is what you have to do. You're supposed to be preparing yourselves. And even the brother that gives up the ultimate sacrifice, he got to be preparing himself to get his faith up to that point where he's ready to die. You see what I'm saying?
Manfully.
So you're supposed to be preparing yourself. Let's go in that word prepare. You're
Jesus.
right, dying manfully, man. Like those 7 brothers in Maccabees. They died manfully. Beautiful deaths. Bring it out.
This is G20 and 90. And I don't know how to pronounce it, so we're going to bring it out.
Strong's G2090 into a matzo.
Into a matzo. And the outline of biblical uses is to make ready, prepare, to make the necessary preparations, get everything ready.
All right, so what did the Lord tell us to do? Study to show thyself approved, pray without ceasing, don't forsake the assembly of the saints. All right? Do your due diligence to make your calling elections assured. Okay? Be occupied in prophecy. You find a man with his knowledge, wear out his doorstep. Okay? Gird up your loins with the buckle of truth, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, the sword of the spirit, the shoes of peace. Okay? The Lord has showed us what to do, how to prepare ourselves. Don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Be holy, be ye separate from the people of this world. Offend less. Okay? And get built up on your most holy faith. The Lord has told us what to do to prepare yourself. If you're not doing that, He told us not to be slothful in business in the book of Romans, but fervent in spirit. And so He told us to go hard in His ministry. Okay? Keep reading, brother.
As far as the G20, I got that point, but I'm going to go to Strong's. This is the Strong's definition. To prepare, provide, make ready. So the meat of this definition basically goes into be prepared, be ready, understand and know what's coming, and be ready for what's coming. Okay, um, like the elder always likes to bring out when you're dealing with the Olympics, you have these athletes that prepare 3.5 years in advance, 4 years in advance for one situation, for one thing that's going to happen under the sun. And that's how the men of the Lord are. We have to be prepared. We have to be ready. And that's why the majority of the world can't call themselves servants of Yahweh Shem Shai. We're prepared through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. And we're so prepared that we call ourselves the hopeful men of Yahweh Shem Shai, because when you go through the scriptures and you study the scriptures, you understand that the saved are not going to be saved until Yahweh Shem Shai comes forth and he vouches for you. See?
This is 1 Corinthians 9 and 25. 24. It started 24.
Say it again.
1 Corinthians 9 and 24. I got it.
All right, I got it.
Know you not that they which run a race run all, but one receives the prize. So run that you may obtain. All right? So marathon runners are disciplined. They have to deal with that crowd daily to keep their body in tip-top shape. So that's what the Lord is telling us to do in His faith. All right? He told us to be diligent in what we're doing and deal with it daily. When you look at these dudes running these marathons and these what they call it, triathletes, those long-distance runners, all right, they have to run miles daily.
Or even a boxer.
Yeah, to stay in tip-top shape. Every man is striving for the mastery is temperate in all things. So that word temperate goes into discipline. We got to be disciplined ourselves. So let's say when all hell breaks loose, it might be a few days, because look, it's the hour of temptation. All of us are going to be tempted. All of us are going to be tested, right? It might have some days that we might go 4 or 5 days without eating. Are you going to give up and go to a concentration camp and get turned into an android and say, give me a plate of food? No. Right now, you're supposed to be conditioning yourself to whatever befalls you, you're ready to take it. All right? You're supposed to be fasting. All right? Your body's supposed to be already ready to not eat 3 or 4 or 5, even if it goes up to 10 days. Because on this side, you learn, utilize that tool of fasting that the Lord has given us. And during the time while you're fasting, that's what the Lord does. He gives you more measures of faith that you're going to need. Okay?
And experience.
Yeah. Now that they do it,
I'm going to read it up. 9:25?
Yeah.
All right. And everyone that striving for now that they do it to obtain the corruptible crown, but we are an incorruptible.
All right. So he's liking us to Olympic athletes. And he said these Olympic athletes, they discipline themselves to go win a corruptible crown, a gold medal. All right. But we're doing it to get eternal life, to become immortals. All right. Preparing yourself is disciplining yourself to go without and totally dependent on your Yahweh Shem Shai, and not dependent on your job, your money, degree. All right.
1K.
All right. You're totally dependent on your Yahweh Shem Shai. When our ancestors went in the wilderness and fled Egypt, all right, the Lord gave them water out of a rock and sent them meat from heaven, manna from heaven, and fed them. All right? You have to have faith that the Lord is going to take care of you, and no matter what particular scenario you find yourself in. But you're not going to have that faith, all right, and that trust if you're not supping with Him, dealing with Him now, because mass death is coming. Bring it up.
All right. Verse 26. I therefore so run, not as uncertainty.
All right. I mean, he's getting it in. He said he run, not as uncertain. I mean, he's getting it in, making sure he's dwelling within the spirit, making sure he's not missing the mark. Bring it out.
So fight. I not as one that beat up the air.
Not as one that's missing the mark. Like you're in a boxing match and you singing them haymakers, missing your opponent. No, when you're preparing yourself, you want to make sure you're getting built up. You're bearing fruit. Your faith is getting up. You're getting built up in the scriptures. Rightly dividing the word of truth. Because the word is what's going to keep us stabilized. Okay? Certain scenarios happen and you count it all joy when various tribulations come unto you. You see something coming towards you and you feel a smile come on your face. You have that faith. All right, you got to go to the guillotine and your heart not jumping out your chest. You calm and cool as a cucumber.
Asking to skip the line.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, you ask the Lord for that type of faith, man. It's my turn. You about to free me out of this body of death. Yeah, that's the level of faith you want to get. When you get that level of faith and you grow up in the spirit, all right, that means you hit the target. When Satan throw his fiery darts at you with his illusions, all right, his deceptive tongue, all right, when he try to dangle his resources over you, he's not going to have no effect. So you preparing yourself, you wasn't missing the mark. Bring it up.
Right. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection.
And bring your body into the obedience of Mashiach Yahweh. All right, you do that by getting built up in his word. Bring it out.
Lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
All right, so you got to be preparing yourself. You got to be preparing yourself that you miss not the mark. Okay, so when this death comes, it's not going to overtake you. But this is how this great death is going to come. This is there's a plethora of precepts we're about to go through. This is one of them. This is the book of Psalms 91. All right, and I'm gonna start at verse. 6. I'm going to start at verse 5. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that fly by day. When you see those nuclear missiles coming, all right, the elect men, they're gonna have a little fear because the scriptures say the elect are gonna be delivered from the skin of their teeth, all right. But the word is what's gonna stabilize you, all right, and you're not gonna have no fear. All right, the Lord didn't give us a spirit of fear. When you built up on your most holy faith, he didn't give us a spirit of fear. He gave us a spirit of power. The book of Corinthians going to that. Okay? Nor the destruction wasted at noonday. All right? We're coming in a time that destruction is going to be all around us. All right? The name of this video is Mass Death. Mass death is going to be all around you. Mass death, destruction, synonymous. They go hand in hand. Okay? And it's written, 1,000 shall fall at thy side. All right? Say 1,000,000. All right? Because in the scriptures, they didn't have the word million. They would say 1,000, thousands, thousands, thousands.
And that goes
right?
into millions.
And it goes into millions. So say 1,000,000 shall fall at their side, and 10,000 at thy right hand. 10,000,000 at their right, on your right hand. So everywhere you are, you see it, motherfuckers death, die. Multitudes over here. Multitudes over there. Multitudes over here. Wherever you are, that's what's going to happen on the planet Earth. Whole cities getting wiped out. This city, population, 500,000. Everybody in that bitch wiped out. This city, over here, population, 2.5 million. Everybody wiped out. This city, 10 million. All right? Population, 10 million. All right? 999 million people get wiped out. Only one elect man make it out. All right, is that not what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? 5 cities, only one man and and 2 of his children made it out. This is what we talking about. This is what's going to happen again. Did not the Lord say he's going to destroy this bitch like Sodom and Gomorrah? Get that precept. Okay? When he destroyed those 5 cities in Sodom and Gomorrah, 3 souls made it out alive. All right? 5 cities can contain millions of people, man. Okay?
Okay.
Bring it up.
So Isaiah 1 and 9. Matter of fact, yeah, Isaiah 1 and 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant.
See, that remnant gonna make it out. That remnant is gonna make it out. The people that are preparing themselves, fearing the Lord, seeking the Lord, while he may be found. Bring it out.
We should have been at Sodom.
We should be in them Sodom. 3 people made up that motherfucker, man. A whole city of people, only 3 people made it out. Bring it out.
And we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
All right, in all those cities, 3 souls made it out alive. Everybody else died. This is the times we're living in. Okay? All right? Verse 8. Only with thine eyes thou shalt behold and see the reward of the wicked. See, the servants of the Lord are going to see this. We're going to be a part of it. Christian Lion saying during the Christian Lion mangling Daniel the 9th chapter, saying that there will be a 7-year tribulation period. That's some bullshit. The servants going through that. All the men of the Lord are going through that. All of humanity is going through that. That's a lie. That's a seducing spirit. That's a doctrine of devils. That's one of the many Christianity lies that we're here to debunk. All of humanity is about to go through these hard times, man.
I'll say something.
Bring it out.
And those lies that's taught to the masses and accepted by the masses, those lies is what make the truth a mystery. All right? That's what makes the truth a mystery. A mystery is something that eludes the senses. So if you've been taught this from the beginning, you've been taught that from the beginning, and you have to go to the truth, and you have to discard things that you were taught from the beginning, and you have to start accepting things that seems, what's that word called? That's something that the majority don't believe in. Taboo. All right? But the truth is not taboo, okay? At the end of the day. But when you're living in the land amongst men with these different beast systems, with this beast system, the truth is taboo, okay?
Yeah, you're in the land of the valley of shadow of death. Darkness represents lies. Death represents lies. When you hear the truth is going to be taboo.
It's going to sound taboo.
Yeah, it's nothing you never heard before. Right? Just something simple. You know, this is an example. A man can have multiple wives. That's taboo.
Yeah.
In a society where they teach monogamous, where they teach in the West where they teach lies, Satanism. You know, you women, according to Isaiah 4:1, you're going to learn if you're going to be delivered. All these calamities we're talking about, you're going to learn to share a man.
Well, let me get that.
Or else, no, hold on. I'm going to keep reading this. All right. Only with thine eyes thou shalt behold and see the reward of the wicked. And that reward of the wicked is great death. Masses of people, corpses, get that in Nahum the 3rd chapter. Corpses, masses of people get put to death. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is thy refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. Okay? The Lord is going to be gracious to his elect men. Okay? His elect men is going to see all this great death. He say, with our eyes we shall see it. Our righteous eye in that righteous number. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. And that's what goes hand in hand with Ezekiel the 9th chapter. Come not upon the man that have the mark, that mark of exemption. When he goes to utterly, he slays utterly, old and young women and women and children. All right, but come not upon him that have the mark. This is the time we're living in. Okay? Great fucking death. You had something, bring it up. All right, bring it up.
This is Nahum 3:3. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear.
It's talking about those nuclear ICBMs, man. That's going to destroy America. Bring it out.
And there is a multitude of slain.
That's the cleanup crew we're reading about. A multitude of slain. But look, this multitude of slain, there was a multitude of slain before the cleanup crew came to just annihilate everybody that's left. All right? That's what you got to understand. When the ICBMs come, the lake of fire come here in America, they just coming to clean up everybody that's still alive. It's a multitude of slain before they come to just clean up everybody else. That's the cleanup man. Bring it up.
And a great number of carcasses.
carcasses are going to be everywhere. All right? If you live here in America, in this first world country, you're not used to seeing shit like that. You got people that
you're not used to seeing animal carcass for the most part too long, man.
Yeah, you never seen people. You got people in the hood that got cases where they seen niggas get their brains blown out. You know, you got a few niggas that have killed a lot of niggas and shit. But for the most part, your average American, and we talking about even in the hood, you're not just used to seeing people die every day. Their bodies getting exploded. The bodies, those gases, you know, when your body start getting big, the rigor mortis come in, and your body start getting swollen. I forgot what you call that.
Decomposition.
Yeah, you're not used to seeing that shit. That's going to be an everyday thing you're going to see.
And smell.
And the smell.
Hey, man, you're going to smell it before you see it.
I mean, you're going to smell that shit miles and miles away.
Gotta see it.
You're going to smell it miles and miles away.
It's not like an animal, man, a human body, bro. The closest thing to a human body that you can think about is pork. All right? That's the closest thing as the texture of our flesh. All right? So, a human body is going to be way more abominable as far as decomposition goes than any animal that you can think of. Any animal, man. Clean and unclean, man. When you think of a nasty ass pig stinking, a country boy, city boys can't think of this, but a country boy knows what a rotten pig smell like. But when it comes to a human, it's going to be way worse. You know why, Elder? Because humans are eating things that have preservatives in them. They're eating things that have all these different chemicals in them. The things that we consume, the things that we eat, and not just that, naturally. And that's why the Lord has us to bury one another when we pass, man. And we don't do it over a long, spread out period of time. You bury that body, and you put that body in the ground so that everything that it took from the world it can give back, all right? A body is supposed to be put in the ground. A body is supposed to decompose in the ground, and you're not going to be able to smell it, and it's also going to withhold the contaminants that come out of it. Like the other said, when you don't bury your body, that's a goddamn brewing ground for extra diseases, new diseases.
It's a curse. It's a curse. Our law of Moses tell us to bury bodies, man. Put
and it's the reason why.
Put them in sculptures. Put them in caves, you know. Put them away.
Yeah.
Okay? That's a curse. You're defiling the land when you don't bury a body. All right, bring it up.
And there is none end of their corpses.
All right. This is the time we're living in. It's going to be mass motherfucking death. Get Isaiah 37 and 36.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to read one more, the last part of this verse, and I'm going to get yours. I mean, this is yours too. They stumbled upon their corpses.
Yeah. All right. Everywhere you're going to see, you're going to see dead bodies no matter where you go. If a whole city gets wiped out, the pestilence killing the whole city, people killing each other. All right? What those bodies, and the scriptures tell us those bodies aren't going to get buried. You're just going to see corpses everywhere. Great death. That's why the prophets are out to warn you of these things. Give them warning from me. So then when it happens to you, you have no excuse. We know you bumping into our videos. The Most High put the spirit on the men of great millstone to break the internet. Videos is going up 24 hours a day. You done passed by the camps. You're not going to have an excuse. You're related to one of the prophets. You call them crazy. You laugh at them when you see them. These calamities is going to become you. Prophecy is going to be fulfilled in your motherfucking ass. And we're doing this because we don't want. Hey, I'm laughing. We don't want it to happen to us. We truly believe. We know it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. We see other prophecies happen before, and we were prophesying about them happening before they came to pass. So you don't think we think the other ones that we're reading about is not going to happen? You disrespectful black bitches with the independent spirit that's disrespectful, all right? We know your day coming. We know the day coming, you're going to come at our feet begging for mercy. So carry on. Do your thing. You black bitches that got people on men on child support, all right? And we're not talking about the ones on child support that just abandon their children. We talking about you put this man on child support because your heart was broke. because you mad at him. He went and dealt with another woman and that broke your heart. You want to put him on child support because you want to bring some type of hurt to him. All right, you're gonna pay for that because lawful, according to our blessed law that governs us, he can deal with as many women as he wish, as long as he can finance their asses if the Israelite woman. You know what I'm saying? He go deal with concubines from other nations. He can do as he wish. So you ain't enmity with the word. We can't wait to see your judgment. You niggas with the blunts in your mouth, sagging your pants, that just hate your brother, you genocidal, homicidal maniacs, your fucking day is coming.
Let's catch the fade.
Yeah. You talking about Whack 100? We can do that. Fuck
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Like Cesariak shouldn't even be fucking with them dudes.
Hey,
have no communion. Have no communion with darkness.
Light and darkness have no place.
They have no place.
Darkness don't understand.
1 Corinthians the 6th chapter and 2 Corinthians the 6th chapter. What it say? Give not your pearls to swine. They will trample the pearls and do what? Rend you. Cesariak's supposed to be a man of the Lord. He goes over there on what you call that shit? Clubhouse, and bring his comrade. And what happens? Whack 100 attacks his ass. Like the nigger he is.
Yeah.
Attacks his boy.
Captain's was doing nigga shit too.
So that's what you get. You're out of alignment with the scriptures. You read what you sow. The scriptures tell you have no confederacy with darkness. Man. Yeah.
And what what's his name?
Cesariak
was trying to get to a bigger platform. All right? And at the end of the day, the Lord said he's here for a small sanctuary. Now, what Cesariak wanted to go through Whack 100, Sakari ended up getting there. I saw him today, and I didn't even realize that he was on No Jumper until I saw it today. It was like a 2 to 3 week old video. And now that I saw that No Jumper episode, I understand the head of Sakari even more now. He was a gangbanger, and he said when he first came into the truth, he'll gangbang 6 days a week, and he'll bring it out 1 day a week. All right? And it makes perfect sense, but my point is this.
And he being fake with that shit. And man, down there in Southern California, he from San Diego. They're not really known for gangbanging. You know what I'm saying? He being a character. He fake. He phony. He's just trying to incorporate this world with the truth. It's not going to happen. The Lord is going to judge you for that. That's what they're doing. They're trying to go to the world podium, like you say, and reach another crowd pushing the doctrine. Man, the Lord told us to go out to the chief place of concourse, prophesy. Nothing more, nothing less. You don't have to go on No Jumper, the Breakfast Club, or none of that shit. Fuck them. We condemning them. We're prophesying against them. We do not need their videos. We don't need their platforms. All we need is what the Lord has given us. YouTube, garments, cellular phones, cameras, all right, Wi-Fi,
highways and the byways,
and then the chief place of concourse, and go out and teach, man. That's all we need. We don't need no gimmicks. We don't need nobody else's platforms. We just need these scriptures and the basic signs, the things we need to push this truth. That's it. Bring it out.
This is John 10:27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
All right, so the Lord's elect is going to hear his voice. All right? We don't need to go and get help for bigger platforms of people of the world. From niggas. That's what happens when you deal with niggas. The Lord told us to be ye separate, to don't deal with them. Have no dealings with them. First get 2 Corinthians 6:14.
All right. This is 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked with unbelievers, yoked together with unbelievers.
Whack 100 is an unbeliever. No jumpers, them niggas is unbelievers. When going aside nigga them, they platforms, those are unbelievers. We're not supposed to be dealing with them. We don't need them for nothing. We're here to condemn them. Can you read?
For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? Question mark.
You're not going to get no understanding with them. We have no fellowship with them. What they're into and what we're into is night and day. Bring it out. They're in the lies. We're into the truth. Bring it out.
And what communion have light with darkness?
Nothing.
Question mark.
When it's dark outside, there's no light. All right. And when it's light outside, there's no darkness. They don't deal at the same time. They trade places, man. Okay? It's 12 hours light for the most part, 12 hours darkness. They have no communion. They don't intermingle. So we're not supposed to intermingle with unbelievers. That show you those other camps are off, man. They're of this world. Bring it out.
And what concord have Hamashiach with Belial?
All right, and Belial is another way of saying the devil, the wicked.
The world, the Western world.
You know? They have no contrast. I mean, they have no connection. There's no such thing as a son of Belial dealing with a son of Hamashiach Yahweh.
Can I say something?
They're on two different vibrations. Bring it up.
And Wack was throwing in their face saying, we brought more believers or we brought more views to your congregation. And a nigga ain't got no business telling the man of the Lord, nothing like that, man. No kind of way, form, or fashion. Y'all come to us. We don't come to y'all, man.
And that's disheartening. That's bad.
I'm the reason y'all views went up. Blood.
Goddamn fools, man. These other camps, the Lord gonna start judging y'all, and the way He's gonna start judging y'all, He's supposed to start killing some of y'all, man. All right, because y'all getting out of hand, y'all waxing worse and worse, switching up the doctrine, being yoked with unbelievers, trying to bring rap into this truth, hip hop into this truth, trying to market yourselves and get what they call those shows, reality shows and shit. The Lord is gonna start doing away with you guys, man. You gonna be a part of that great death that we're talking about.
Now let me tell you something else, man. On No Jumper, the main host is a guy named Adam 22. All right, but when the Gorilla Hebrew came on, Adam 22 sent out two co-hosts, and he didn't get involved. You know why he didn't get involved? Because he knows the doctrine of the Gorilla Hebrew. He knows the doctrine that Gorilla Hebrew got from who? The elders and apostles of Great Millstone. All right, now they tweaked it and they turned it, but at the base, it says that the other nations are the devil. Adam 22 didn't even interview this guy, but he did want to interview him via his what? His Hebrew slaves. He interviewed him through other Judites. All right, but he didn't want to deal with him directly. And that should tell you a whole lot. I'll make money off of your monkey ass, but I know you don't like me and I don't like you. Matter of fact, hey, look, my student, my understudy, you go interview him. You heard me? You got it, though.
All right. You got that Isaiah, and I want. Get Isaiah 37, 36.
This is Isaiah 37 and 36. Then the angel of the Lord went forth and smote in the camp of the Assyrians 145,000.
All right. The Lord, what is 145,000? 145,000 men died at one time. All right. You got cities that don't have populations of 100,000 people, right? Like up there in Clinton, Greensburg, Zachary, around where we are, Baker. They don't have 100,000 people. The Lord slayed 100,000 men in a matter of minutes. All right? At one time. These are the things that's about to become common in the last days. Commonplace. No matter where you are on the earth, this is the things you're about to start seeing. Bring it out.
And when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses.
All right. Everywhere you look. And who he said did it? Start off again.
Then the angel of the Lord.
The Lord is going to send angels of death. Angels of death. They waiting on the word. They like, you know, a nigga, we used to go to dog fights all our lives. Right? We went to plenty of them. Them niggas be holding them motherfucking pits. Holding them, what that pit doing on that chain? He trying to get off that bitch. He choking himself trying to get out, showing nothing but teeth. And all he doing is looking at the other dog, and you holding him back. That's how them angels ready to come on earth. It really happened. I'm telling you. They just waiting on Yahweh Shema Shai to give them the word. And really Yahweh, because Yahweh Shai, he's ready to come down and get busy. All right? He ready to come. I'm not gonna liken our king to no dog. I'm just using that metaphor. All right? Like a lion that's just ready to come up from the thicket and just destroy. You ever used to go to them dog fights? Yeah, I used to go to them all the time. They be holding them dogs back and they just ready to go. That same angel of death, that's what he's doing right now. What you had, guys?
All right. Psalms 58:10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
That's right.
And that's going into, he's going to be alive, and all the rest of the nations and the 2/3 of our people are going to be dead or dying. He is going to be walking down the path, and on the left and on the right, and in the front and in the back, he's going to see dead bodies. He's going to see decayed bodies. He's going to see decomposition bodies, man. He's also going to see people in their final stages. And he's going to keep on going wherever the Lord commands him to go.
Go back to Isaiah 37 and 36. I want to stay on these angels of death.
Isaiah 37 and 36, I'm there.
All right. Well, bring it up.
Then the angel of the Lord went forth and smote the camp of the Assyrians.
The angel of the Lord went forth. All right. So this is an angel of death. Go to Isaiah 9 and 1.
Okay. This is Isaiah 9 and 1. Isaiah 9 and 1 from the top. Nevertheless, the dimness shall not be such as was in her vexation.
As I said, no. Ezekiel 9 and 1. Select.
This is Ezekiel 9 from the top, man. He cried also in mine ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near.
Right. Those that have charge over the city. See, but you got to realize the Lord have angels and demons presiding over areas, certain areas. You know, like certain areas, you'll go to a hood, and when you get to the hood, you'll be like, it's gloomy. It's just you'll go from a good neighborhood side of town to the other side of town, and you know you made it when you made it to the hood. It's just like you feel despair. No, you can feel it in the air, right? When you make it to a hood, you can feel it in the air.
Gloom and the doom.
The gloom and the doom, just the despair. You have demons that have consumed those areas. You have spirits that have consumed those areas. The Lord has say, look, you can go here and you do your thing. When you go to the hood, you got crackheads, murderers, burglars, robbers, thieves, pedophiles, incest. You got all that shit that go on in the hood, and it's just wherever a hood is, where the cursed are, the streets are dirty, the ditches are dirty, the yards are not manicured, the houses are broke down. Everything about it. It just smells like shit.
It's darkness.
It's just darkness and gloom. You have demons that have consumed that area. All right? All right? So the Lord gives angels and demons commands of certain places. Bring it out.
Even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand.
All right? And these are demons that the Lord have created. He gave them weapons to bring forth destruction to humanity. Bring it out.
And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate.
6? How many men?
And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate.
All right, that's 6. You got one more, because how many archangels are blowing trumpets? 7, right? That's 6, right? Bring it out.
Which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand.
All right, every trumpet. When you go into Revelation 16, Revelation 17, read about those vials, those trumpets. Every trumpet brought a different calamity, a different destruction. So these are those same angels. Bring it out.
And one man among them was clothed with linen.
All right?
With a writer's inkhorn by his side.
That's the 7th angel. See what I'm saying? He's documenting everything. So that's 7 archangels right there. Bring it out.
And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar.
Come on.
And the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushua of Yasharalo was gone up from the sheriff.
All right, so they went to get their orders. They went to the altar to get their orders. Bring it out.
Whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side.
The Lord gave his command to that archangel. And what did he tell him?
And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that saw you cry for all abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
So the first thing he told him was, don't kill my servants. Don't touch them.
You can do anything else.
You can do what you, don't touch my servants. That's the first commandment he gave these angels of destruction.
And that's the first commandment that he gave the angel that was testing and trying Job.
Yeah.
Right?
Bring it out.
Don't kill him. And to the others, he said in my hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let your eyes spare, neither have pity.
Let your eyes what?
Let not your eyes spare.
And not your eyes spare. So kill whatever you see. Anybody that don't have this mark, kill them all.
If it's breathing, kill him.
If it's walking, breathing, kill it. Bring it out.
Slay utterly, old and young.
Come on.
Both maids and little children.
Come on.
And women.
Come on.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
They're gonna kill billions of people. Let's get Revelation 7. All right. This is Iraq 39 to 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, that which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, we're in the time of destruction right now. If you don't know, we're in the final hour. We're in the final minutes of the devil's kingdom, and it's gonna go down through war, pestilence, famine. All right. They pour out their force. These devils, these demons, imps, and angels of death are about to pour out their force. The power that the Lord gave them, he's about to let them come consume humanity and bring forth great death. Okay? And appease the wrath of him that made them. All right? So this is the Lord's prescribed order in the last days. Protect my elect, kill everybody else. Mass death. In the billions. Go kill a third of man. Bring it out.
This is Revelation 7 from the top. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth.
All right, these winds are destroying winds, destruction. These 4 archangels is holding back the destruction until the appointed time. We're living in the time of the appointed time. All right, the only reason the 4 winds haven't been let go, because what is the Lord doing? He's getting his elect men, those men that have that mark of exemption. He's giving them time to get themselves right. And brothers, you don't have much time. Come to the altar of grace boldly and beg the Lord for mercy. Pick up your cross and start running. Bring it out, bro.
That the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Come on.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power.
But that's it. Those 4 angels is holding back that destruction, the end time destruction.
Let me go to verse 3.
All right, and they about to let it go. They about to let it go. Bring it out, bro.
Verse 3, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
That's the only thing holding back the destruction, man. That's the only thing holding back this radio frequency identification technology going throughout the 4 winds.
That's the only thing that's holding back your everyday Western way of life. Going outside tomorrow and seeing the buses run, seeing the mailman run, seeing 911 responding to calls. That's the only reason, man.
Yeah, the Lord is having mercy on his elect, man. All right? He's about to bring in great death like the earth has never seen since it's been on rotation. This is the generation that's going to see billions and billions of people put to death, and they're going to start putting respect on the name of Yahweh Shemashai and start revering his servants and prophets. So with that, I'm about to say this was edifying to the hearers. We're going to get infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King.
Who?
Yahweh,
by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Harukwakadash.
We give double honors to our teachers, the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to our fellow leaders in the Hamashiach Yahushua. Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala. Bob. Till next time, man. Shalom, Akiyam.
Shalom.
Shalom.